So the last time we were together poolside, hi Gammy's baby, kisses. We were talking about what 2025 is looking like for us, and none of us knew what was going to be coming in about a week.
Nope.
Right?
Not at all.
Because we've been hit with a lot in a short period of time. And, you know, within a few days after us getting together, the fires broke out. And, you know, I have friends who lost their homes. And then we have all the many people who lost their homes.
Yeah.
And it's been a scary time. But my question tonight is, how do you hold space for people when you know it's a situation, it's a time of need. It may not be as detrimental as losing your home, but just in general. And I ask that question because I feel like we are sleeping on the power of prayer, because people are tired of hearing, oh, I'll keep you in my thoughts and in my prayers. And I get it, and I understand the reason why we're just like so over that saying, right? Because it's so overused. But at the same time, when I consider, for example, the two friends who I know who personally lost their homes, one in the Palisades fire and one in the Altadena fire, when someone is in a state of whatever, how do you hold space for them, especially for someone who may not, like, you don't even know what can I do for this person. Like when I think about the one friend, I'm not saying their names, but the one in Palisades, for example, my heart, and you met her, you've been to her home, my heart just bled for her, and knowing what the magnitude of the loss, and not just her, like her whole block was wiped out but one house. How do you hold space for people like that? And to me, all I have is my prayer. That's all I have is my prayer. And it's like, you know, and praying for comfort, for peace, for wisdom, for all of those things. It's like, so that's just where I'm at. I'm just like, even today I was thinking about them, and you don't want to overreach out because you just kind of want to give them their space. But how do you hold space for people when it's that time, for whatever it is?
I know what I tend to do. I will say a prayer, but I send like them random text messages when I think of them, because I don't know what to do. Only thing I can do is check in on you and say a prayer. And when I say if you need anything, let me know. I genuinely mean that.
You mean that?
I mean that. So that's kind of what I do.
And I imagine they hear it from so many people till it almost becomes like a cliche almost, where people are just not even, they're not even really receiving it that way, but you mean it with all of your heart. Like, if you need me, let me know. So, I mean, we are in a space and time, because even when it first hit the news, my first reaction was to text them both, because I knew they both were in those areas. And I received messages back from them, so I knew they were okay. They were telling me they were going to have to evacuate. And then the next morning, I got responses. And then the next night, the responses from one stopped, as you know. And then I got the news, and all I could do was just cry and grieve for them. But I just, again, I think people hear it so much. Oh, you keep people in your thoughts and your prayers and all that, and people are over that. But when you don't know what else to do or don't have nothing else to do, we've got to figure that out. And prayer is what we have, and we can't sleep on that. Because the reality is, some of us are here right now because of the power of prayer from our grandparents, our, family members, friends, people that was just standing in the gap for your crazy behind. So we can't sleep on prayer. We can't do it. How do you hold space for people?
I would say prayer as well, and then of course I always check up on whoever whoever it is and what the situation is, and like ask them like, okay, is there anything like that I may could do that?
Right.
I might have something to be able to help you with. So but mainly I would say prayer. Yeah, I would say mainly prayer, because I feel like that's just the biggest thing. Like it's so much I could do, but I could just put my word into it with God, and He's already watching over it.
Right. And I think it's good to be mindful that even when we can't like speak to them directly, and maybe they don't even answer your text, because one of them I still kept sending her text. I wanted her. I know she's seeing them, but right now, look, I'm the last thing on her mind. She's trying to figure it out. Her whole house just went down, and you're like, here's a text, here's a love emoji, here's a prayer hand emoji, here's something just to let you know that I'm thinking of you. And I think more than anything, just letting someone know that you are thinking of them is equally important as the prayers that we send out. But we have to stand in the gap for one another, because these are some trying times. And we know just, yesterday was crazy. Everybody went berserk because of the news of what was about to happen. And then the next day we find out, oh, you're not going to do it. You know what? Just the power trips and all that's going to be coming and what's going to be happening. We better be prayed up. We better be sure that our faith is on a sure foundation, and so that we know who we belong to and all of that. And so as we're walking out what we're doing by faith, hey, we can't be too moved by what's happening around us. And when it is happening, we're staying very prayerful for those that are being affected by it. And rejoicing when there's good news. Because there were a lot of, this the year of the snake and all of that represents. And there was a wonderful article that was released at my work. And I commented on it to the person who had, presented that this is a year of renewal, right? We're starting over in some areas. And so for some more than others. For some more than others. But let's just be conscious of it. And what does that look like? So Sharon told me to tell you congratulations. She was so excited. She said, "Oh wait, how did she do? Did she pass her test?" I said, "Oh, she passed. Yes, ma'am. She is a certified licensed esthetician." Yes, that word. Yes, mommy, huh? Say congratulations, mommy. Yeah. So that's all that was just on my mind today. It's just really holding space for people, because off and on throughout the day, it's like I wish I can call them and talk to them and see how they're doing, but I'm like, no, leave them alone so they can handle their business. And then, I would imagine so, And then, clearly we were definitely blessed, because when we had the situation over here on the 17th of December, that DeSoto fire came super close. And that was scary. So just with that experience in our mind and seeing what and how close it got, and to know that someone, and literally you're talking whole towns, whole communities just being wiped out. And so we have nothing else that we can do right now, especially for when you can't, there's nothing that we can directly do other than just continue to hold space for them in our hearts, and for peace and direction, guidance, comfort, those who lost family members. And some of those stories, I had to turn off the news because there was just, it was too much. It was too much. And I'm just, like a big old crybaby, and it's like, and I know that's not what it is, but I'm just saying, it's a lie. It's a lie. Your emotions all over the place. So, a lot of grief. My friend, JJ Flowers wrote her beautiful book, Grief is Love. And the grief that we have for that person or the situation, even, that's how our love is expressed. And that's how I'm paraphrasing the whole book. Grief is love. You having that grief because of the love that you had for that person or that situation, because it doesn't necessarily have to always be a person. It could be the end of something in your life, going on to something new, and the grief that you have or experiencing from that letting go process. It's the love that you're showing to yourself. What? It's about time for something new. Something new is coming. Let me just get through this. Let me get through this. So grief is love. Come, baby. Yeah. Give me kisses. Give me kisses. Mwah. Love you.